Are there any requests? Any moves in the form that you don't know what they mean?
Bend the bow, shoot the tiger?
Oh, that is a nice one. That wasn't bad what you did. Let's
I
first,
understand it though.
everyone criticize Gary. Let's see your version of it.
See, so you come
This is
out,
like running like a real go-to school now.
so you come out,
That's not too bad.
but I don't know.
But you don't know what you're doing, but that's
Yeah.
okay. All right, first of all, well, how many postures is that? That's pretty obscure, actually. But at least, because it's a kick. All right, we'll forget naming the posture. Doesn't matter. But you need to be able to treat this like you're just following someone with your step. Okay. Don't think of it as like, I'm going to do this turn, it's a dramatic turn. Just think, where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, it's like you just keep following him. So it's okay to lose your balance because you're stepping onto this. You're just making an empty step. One of the ways I can tell that you're not doing it right is when you do it like this and you put your toe down first. This means like, if it's like a step,
Yeah.
you don't walk like this, right? So this is just a step. Just step onto it and make it just completely empty. So when you see you really store the force as you get to it. Let's see the turn first. So motivated by chancing from the right leg. So it's like turns you. And then you just lose your, yeah, it wasn't bad, Joe. Just lose your balance, but lose your balance from the beginning. Don't try to make this turn and go, no, I'm going to lose my balance. Just make it like a step from, like a step from the very start. You don't know where it's going to go. It might just go to here. So, but you're just following around and you smoothly come down. Yeah, that was better. Okay, now that move is very unusual in the form because it's fast. And so what it allows is, and in fact, the first time I learned it from Mr. Jew, he said, well, try it like this first. He just turned it into a whole bunch of steps.
Yeah.
Go. I said, okay, now, he said, now make the steps a little bigger. A little bigger. A little bigger.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. So just, think of it as stepping, but just making the steps bigger and bigger, that's all. Yeah, that's looking good. Right. Now, that shows, and it's kind of good that it's in there, because we always have this rule that the shoulders must stay in line with the hips, okay? Why do we have this rule? Is it because we need to always be in this posture? No, it's not true. It's because we are moving slowly. If we're moving slowly, there shouldn't be any separation here. Remember, the slower you move, the less separation of substantial and insubstantial. Think of just something dangling like a string. If you turn it slowly, it will turn all at the same time. If you turn it faster, it'll turn the top first and then the bottom turns last. This is like your spine. So if you do everything very slowly, the shoulders and the hips should never separate. But as soon as you go faster, but you just have to make sure that when they do separate, they don't separate the shoulders first and then the hips follow, because that means not coming from your root. No, the hips go first, then the shoulders follow. So when you get around to here, you get this separation and this leg goes up at the same time. You just try to take it to there. Yeah, see, then the kick is just automatic. So the trick is for the kick not to be separated from the turn. Because you just turn, and then, it's just part of it. So don't turn, stop, and then try to kick.
It feels like there's a wave that goes through the leg and
That's it. That's why it's called lotus kick. I've never seen a lotus do this, but I've seen movies of lotuses, and they have this long stalk. And when the wind blows, they kind of go, boom. Yeah. That's what your foot is supposed to look like. Whoa. This like lazy lotus coming by. Right.
At what point do you begin to tuck under?
Oh.
As you're landing.
Yeah, but you do tuck it, I mean, you make a complete rounded back here, totally. That's your position, okay? So it's, you turn it, come down, now. You tuck under at the same time that you release the ankles, because just tucking under is just gonna do this. So you also have to make sung, and then this comes up like this. And if you constantly turn your palm back and forth like this, then you are practicing yang and yin changes of the arms. So they don't practice pung and ang, but they practice yin and yang all the time. So they're just constantly going like this. And they say even when they strike you, that the idea is they kind of rub you like this. They kind of, it's not like Tai Chi at all. Their idea of Jing is not to like make a strike like this, but it's to make this kind of whirlwind that goes by you and scars you for life or something. So they have completely different systems, but the concept with the shoulders and the hips, they're not really contradictory, but they end up being the same. Okay, now we get to the thing you actually asked about, which is after this. You notice I'm rolling under here. I see a lot of you go like this, boom, it's like too late. You're just going to fall over then, so you sort of stay straight. So instead, roll under here, even as the separations occur, then this happens. Now, the idea is, here, we're starting off in a situation where you're trying to run away from a strike, and then you come back and punch me. But the punch is lower, because if you punch like that, I'll do something else. But if you punch, right into the body here. So go ahead, here, so this comes like this, and this strikes like that. So you're letting him come around you, and then when he stops, that's when he punches. And that's when you catch the punch, pull it into the leg, right? Now he neutralizes by here. Now you just kind of do this, suck this off. Yeah, exactly. Like this, and then he comes back and strikes. And this makes, the motion tight. So key to pieces. So here he goes, follow him. And remember, try not to push off, but try to turn from your fluid leg with Chensa Jig. So turn like that. If you push off, it's funny because then you kind of, it's hard to get turning. But if you really give it a lot of torque from this, and let your arms move first. Watch my arms. I see a lot of you kind of going like this. Just let everything go. So when this closes, so you let the arms swing first. In other words, it's just like you're always doing with Chensa Jig. First transfer to the arms, then the final thing that moves is the leg. And in fact, here, the first arm that moves is the left arm. So it's coming from the right leg. So now, you come here, roll under, kick guy goes past him, and now you come like this and you pick him up, pull him, and try. Right.
So is this correct at the end where you do this and then
Wait, what is it?
at the end with hit tiger?
Yeah.
After your hands make the
Bend the bow, shoot the tiger.
Yeah, bend the bow, shoot the tiger.
Mhm.
Right, you make a change.
No, it isn't a ward off exactly, because
That's for the left hand.
well, here you're going to kick me
With my right
Double
hand.
Lotus Kick. Yeah, right. If you kick, I slip out of the way, you just let it go, and I come in and strike. No, don't ward it off. Just catch it here. Right, and pull it and strike. That's it. So,
Okay.
now you strike. So here, so, no, just evade and then come back to the punch. So here, and then here, now see that cross and strike. So notice when you punch, I'm not warding it off so much. I'm just catching it and pulling it into the strike. That's why the arm is like this. But Chensa Jig has a good point of this. You must be able to look over your arm. Don't hold it up like this. But it's just extend. All it's doing is just extending with his punch. He's stepping with it. And that's why this hand has this funny look this weird position because you're sort of pulling him over, but you don't want to go like this, so you sort of strike up into the ribs this way. But don't mistakenly do this. Don't turn the waist back in this direction. It's all this way. So this strike happens as you turn.
That's the bend of the bow.
Right, that's what looks like you're bending your bow. Okay, let's do it with me. So start in this direction, here, in, now, from the legs. Then, under, here, come up to here. Now, see this position? Let him swing like this, and then pull.
Oh. Let's see.
No, the best understanding of it. We get to also get to bring this. Is there a pole here? Is there a pole?
There's a broom.
It should be a little bit longer, but it's like here, now. Just like you're striking at the legs with this move. So if you have this hand pulls back, and this strikes out. So it's actually a staff move. But then you notice actually the classic thing about it is, at the end of this position, the tiger's eyes here are supposed to be looking at each other, like this, instead of this. So actually make an effort to make them face each other. Yeah, don't pull this too far back. It should be right in front of your face. You don't do this. Remember, the guy's got an elbow. Okay? You pull it farther, you pull his elbow right into you. You know, you should think about that. Okay, but the punch has to come out diagonally.
Dang.
You're facing this way after the kick. Now, sweeps over like this. Now, as you turn to face this corner, the punch goes to the other corner.
Oh.
Okay. And you're just going straight to the wall. I want to go to the corner. Yes.
The corner, okay.
Right, and don't overdo your this part of it. You know, this is just a kind of nuance, but it has to. You can keep it straight. You don't have to get into it that much. But like I said, when you go home, grab a pole of some kind and think of this. Here, it's just like you turn it like this. Whoa, I think you strike at the ankles or something.